Hey guys, working on the Ppump 6.7 head. In this video, we're going to be doing some valve stuff and doing the valve springs, or the ones that I can do, and then setting the O-rings. So we will. I'll get back. I messed up on the audio. I was just kind of rambling, so I just taped over that part. Anyways, here we go.
So yeah, basically all you want to do is you want to make sure you get, you want to put some lube on these. I use engine assembly lube. You can use engine oil if you want. You could use some sort of like an assembly grease or whatever when you're doing it. So basically all I do is just, like I said, you just take your finger. This is how I do it. You just get it in there, and then you take your finger and just spin it and make sure that there's no, there's no tight spots or any of that. And you just do that the same on every one. You just kind of, after you've done a bunch, you kind of, and I usually do it with my right hand, but I'm trying to change up the game a little bit and do it with my left instead of my right. Get my right is my dominant. So, but anyways, not that that makes any difference to you guys. But anyways, I'm going to throw this on time lapse. I'll get these all in. I'll put all the valve seals on. Like I said earlier, I don't have my the keepers, so we'll have to do that. Well, I won't even have them tomorrow. It'll be Wednesday when I have them, as long as they have them in stock. Hopefully they do. Yeah, we'll catch you in a bit. All right, guys, so putting these on is not really that hard. You just need to tap them on. I'm not hitting that hard with the hammer. You just gotta tap them on. I usually put a little bit of WD-40 on the bottom of the seals, or like on the valve guide itself. I don't know if it makes any difference, but it makes me feel better, so that's how I do it. But I don't want something that's super slippery. That's the reason I like to use WD-40, because you want it to, you don't want the seal to move around, so it kind of dries in there, I guess you would say. So I guess at this point I need to get the retainers, or sorry, the keepers. I keep saying retainers. So as soon as I have those, I will finish this head. But until that point, there's not much I can do with this thing. We will be putting it on as soon as I have the keepers. We'll put the springs and retainers on, and then I'll flip it over and do the O-rings. There again, I'm not going to screw around with the O-rings because I don't want to. I don't want to have to play with the valves. So as soon as you put that on there, you can flip it over, and then I set it up on the stands, and then we can put the O-rings in. But we will just shove this to the side for now. I'll get a bag and cover it over. Like I said, as soon as I have those, we shall put that together, because I would like to get that engine sitting in the truck this week. So anyways. All right, guys, so I don't have all of the, I was talking earlier in the video, I don't have all of the keepers yet, but I got enough that I can do a couple of the cylinders. So I think what I'm gonna do, it's gonna be like at least another week before I get the keepers, I think. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put all the ones on that I can. I'm gonna put stock springs on the other ones until those ones come in, so that I can put the head on the engine. Because I'd like to get the engine sitting in I'd like to get the right engine, the dummy transmission or mock-up transmission and transfer case in the frame this weekend. And if I don't put the head on the engine, obviously I can't finish it, because I still need to put the camshaft in, and there's a couple little things that we need to do there. But I want to get the engine sitting in the frame, so I don't want to wait anymore. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put as many of these on as I can, and then we will I'll just put the stock springs back on. So what I'm going to do is I'll do this one. I'll do this one right now in regular time, and then I'll do the other ones in time lapse, and then I'm going to flip the head over. We'll set the O-rings. And then tomorrow I will bolt the head on. I'm going to put the camshaft in. I don't know if I'm going to do, I'll probably do that tomorrow. I'll bolt the head on and we'll put the camshaft in tomorrow. And then when we get all the rest of the keepers, then I'll do degreening the cam and stuff, because I can do that while it's in the truck. It's not the end of the world to do that. Worst case scenario, if I have to take it out, if I have to take camshaft back out to adjust the degree, then I will. But usually they're pretty good. So anyways, let's get after this here. Alright. So, being that you didn't really see much in that first video, do it again here. You guys can see that better. I should be able to zoom in, hopefully. So you just put this on. You guys have seen me do this before, I think. Pretty sure. Actually, I might not have shown it on a 24 valve. Yep. Try not to be in the way. Now if you center these up a little bit, just a little screwdriver, they will be easier to put the the keepers in, by far. Easy. These tools are really nice for doing this. If you guys don't have one of these tools and you plan on doing it, this is a Torque Tech one. There's all kinds of different brands of them, but they are definitely nice to have. You just tap down in there. Let's not tighten up. All right, and then just take it off. Usually, when I'm the real fine adjustment, I usually do by hand, because then the keepers don't pop out. Otherwise, you gotta be careful. And that's all it takes. So basically, I have enough to do 1, 2. And a half valves. False. All right. Well, I'm going to have to do the other 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16. Yeah, I'll have to. I'm going to do the rest of them with stock springs, just because I want to get this thing on the go here. I might even just put one retainer in each one, just to make it simple and fast. So I'm gonna throw that in. I'll throw that in that time lapse because you guys don't need to watch that, and then I'll come back when I put the O-ring wire in.
maybe I'll come back on the last one and then I'll show you that. Yeah, I've showed that in other videos, but I figured I'll do it part of this build. Do it part of every build that I O-ring. I pretty much O-ring everything. And then, yeah, I don't have to worry about it. Hey guys, I'm not sure what happened there. I thought I hit the time-lapse button, but I guess I didn't. But anyways, I put the other springs on, and I've got the 5 O-ring set, and then I'm gonna do the last one. Yeah, it's the same, you know, if that's missing, deal. So that's actually, I guess I can show that, how to change springs while the engine is together on a 24 valve. I guess I could show that for you guys that want to see it. So this isn't very hard to do. Basically, all I do is I get the wire flat on the end. Lots of guys do this different. This is how I do it. And what I do is wherever my break in my wire is, I make sure that there's no coolant close to it so that you don't have an issue. And then I just tap it in there. You don't have to hit it really hard to get it to at least sit in there a little bit. And then all I do is just take the file and just touch the end just to make sure the end is flat. And you don't have to really take a lot of material off. I've cut lots of them so they go in, they cut pretty easy. And then sometimes the wire will crimp over like that. You want to be careful that you don't crimp the wire. Then you got to change the wire, but all I do is just tap it so that it's over top, and then usually it'll go in there. There we go. And then when you're going to put it in, like to sit the wire, that's what this side is for. You just drive her in there. So that's basically all there is to it. Usually I'm pretty good at not having too many high spots. And I don't think it really makes that much of a difference if there's a little bump in it, because the seating of the head gasket will shove it in there anyway. So it's not a huge deal, but I like them to look just, it's cosmetic more than anything. So anyways, that has that all done. So we are going to, I'm gonna get this thing bolted on tomorrow. We're gonna give her a whirl here. I don't know how that's gonna work out for me, but I'm gonna use 425s on this head with the 6.7 head gasket with the O-ring, and just see what happens. If we blow a head gasket, we'll pull the head off and we'll do something different. But I'm gonna do 425s on this because I have a set of used ones. Just starting to get a little tight on cash. I want to make sure I have enough cash to be able to finish the whole build. So if I buy a set of studs, I'm gonna be short on building the transmission right now. So I just want to make sure that I don't go over budget, because I have a budget for it that I've set aside to build the truck. I just don't want to go crazy, you know, like I can go a little bit over, but I don't want to get crazy over. And there's still a bunch of stuff that I got to buy. Being that I have to buy a locker for the rear diff, that's an expense that I didn't think. So there's the price of the head studs right there. So anyways, we're going to get this thing bolted on. We're going to do the camshaft tomorrow, do the oil pan on the 6.7 tomorrow. And then we will probably, I'll be putting it in on Saturday anyway. It's not going to be completely finished, but you know, like, you guys will have the idea. So like, subscribe, hit me down in the comments. This one is kind of broke up over the course of a few different days, just because I didn't have parts, and it would, you know, it takes a little bit more time. So anyways, I'll catch you on the next one.